Hey guys, welcome back to the Deepwoken guide, where today I'm going to show you how to obtain monster mantras. Now, I'm never letting you guys vote on a guide again because it took me about, I think, 8 hours of grinding, give or take, to get the Dread Serpent Tooth in order to get the Kaido Breath. But anyways, right, so to get monster mantras, you're going to want to follow my path on screen in floor 2 in order to get to the library. I'll put the code on screen right now. You have to click each little pillar within the library a certain amount of times, and this is the combination in order to do it. I have it memorized, so I just do it off the top of my head. I've done layer 2 so many times. But once you get to the end of the library, you can just talk to the guy. I already did the dialogue on this account, but you just have to say that you work with no one, then talk to him again and ask him what's his name, and he'll appear back in Castle Light in the layer 1. His other dialogue, if you haven't done the quest yet, is I work with Claris, and that isn't bad or anything to click. There's no downside, it doesn't lock you out or anything. It just doesn't make him appear in Castle Light. So just talk to him again if you click the wrong dialogue, say you work with no one, then talk to him again, ask him what his name is. Now, once you've done this correctly, he should be back in layer 1. Just get out by beating Etheron, or if you still have Light Hook, you can just Light Hook out. Now there are 6 monster mantras in the game. First one I show is the Brachial Spear from the Bone Keeper. You just get his femur and give it to the guy and you'll obtain this mantra. It does mid-tier damage, used to be more, but it knocks back quite a bit though. The next mantra is Thresher Burrow, which you obtain by handing in the talon you get from killing the Thresher to the Doctor. And it does like some decent damage, knocks them high in the air, but you get iframes as long as you're under the ground. The next mantra is Coral Spear, which you obtain by handing in the coral that drops from a Sharko. And it's an AoE multi-hit attack. It's really good for mix-ups. I like using it in PvP a lot. It also does pretty decent damage considering it has very little windup. The next mantra is the Dread Breath, which you obtain by killing Kaido, aka the Dread Serpent, and when it drops its tooth, you hand that in. It does decent damage and procs Crystal if you have it, but I don't really see anybody using this. It has such a long windup. The last damaging mantra is the Mecha Gatling Gun. You have to kill the Mecha Sharkos and it can drop a piece of the broken gun. You hand that in to get the mantra. And it does decent damage. It procs Lava Serpent if you have it, and I'm fairly sure it procs Azure Flames if you have that too. Although with the PvE changes, it's not even really good for PvE. It used to be, but it was glitched, but now it might actually be pretty viable. This last mantra doesn't do damage, just obtain it by killing an enforcer, getting its eye and hitting that in. It just pulls them in just like the enforcer does, but it can be modified to have a longer range with perfect lens and crystal lens. Anyways, you guys are never voting on another video again. That Kaido Tooth took me about 9 hours to get, and I had to make a whole Vow of Thorn slot in between those 9 hours in order to grind it quicker. But I hope you enjoyed, I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.